All right, what is up, y'all? I'm here to bring you a very interesting video. I kind of want to talk about what I see as three new coins that I'm very interested to see how they play out in the near future, and I'm actually optimistic that that they will that there's a good chance that they will do well long term. Guys, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. It's highly speculative, but I want to talk about three new coins. Some have been released to exchanges, some have not. Maybe you could already tell by the tabs I have open here, but that I think I have that I think have good chances of performing well, and I want to talk about why. So first, let's talk about ByteDAO. Now, ByteDAO is currently pumping below the ICO price, which is not good, and we pumped a lot based off the news of the token burn, and we're having a substantial correction, which makes sense. And also, in my mind, it makes sense that we would see massive correction because there's so many bag holders, so many people trying to get out and just take profits throughout all of this downtrending here, that it makes sense that as soon as we pump, we're going to see some kind of correction because everyone throughout all this phase here is going to want to sell and get out and profit. So guys, this makes sense to me, but ultimately I think ByteDAO has a good chance, a good possibility. I'm not a financial advisor to perform well long term because ByteDAO officially, well, they fulfilled one of their biggest promises, which was the token burn. Like, for those who remember, when ByteDAO didn't do the token burn on October 20th, I don't know why this is actually so weird. Sorry, guys. Right around this time, that was really the kind of the death nail in the coffin there for ByteDAO when we really started to crash. And so the token burn, in my opinion, is the second biggest catalyst for ByteDAO. In my opinion, the first biggest one is the mainnet, launched their mainnet with their core functionalities. And the second biggest one was their token burn, because the supply was going to decrease. It's going to decrease by over a quarter. So now that ByteDAO has, well, they haven't done it yet, but they fulfilled, they say when they put out when they're going to do it. There's a timeline. We know what the amount is. So now that they've fulfilled what I see as their second biggest promise, I have restored confidence in that fact that ByteDAO has a future where it can survive. And I think if ByteDAO can just launch their mainnet and just work, just be successful, just work, in the long term, I think we're going to get an altcoin bull run, a DeFi bull run, and I think ByteDAO is just going to be taken along for that ride. So I mean, it kind of sucks that we're dipping below the ICO price right now, but ultimately, I feel like none of this really matters, because what happens is, what matters, I feel like, right? You can disagree with me, but what I feel matters the most is macro market cycles. And once Bitcoin blasts past all-time highs and Ethereum starts to blast off, Ethereum is going to take with it the rest of the altcoin market. And I think we're very soon going to experience an altcoin bull run and a DeFi bull run, guys. It's not financial advice, it's just my opinion. But I think in the next few weeks here, and in the very near few months here, we're very likely to see that. And so I think ByteDAO is just going to be taken along with that ride once the whole market starts a new bull run. And given that they've now, delivered, not as of yet, right? But they've put out the announcement. We all know for sure when it's happening. One of their biggest promises. My confidence in ByteDAO is somewhat restored here. So, I'm actually pretty excited about ByteDAO. I think ByteDAO can do well long term, especially if we get an altcoin bull run and if they can launch their mainnet and just work. I think ByteDAO has a good chance of performing well long term. Now, another project that I've been talking about here on the channel quite a bit is GSX, and I want to talk about why I think if this thing can launch successfully, it has a good chance of really working. So just quickly to explain what this is GSX is a new currency, hasn't even been released to the exchanges yet. It's still in its distribution phase. It's made by Apollo Fintech. The gist of this thing is that Apollo Fintech runs these gold mines. Half of the profits from these gold mines would actually back in the cryptocurrency itself. So that's the gist of this thing, okay? And so there's roughly 3 to 4 months left in the launch sale, and then maybe a month or so, or a little bit more after, before it gets listed on an exchange. The reason why I think if this thing could just work, if they can just deliver on their promise and they start producing, and slowly but surely they start producing gold, and then slowly but surely they start backing the asset with the minerals they mine. So this thing's going to take roughly 4 to 6 months to be listed, and they're working on a Binance listing. If this thing does indeed get listed in 4 to 6 months, and we're in the middle of a Bitcoin bull run, I think this thing is very likely to benefit greatly from something like that. Not only that, but the Americans are printing trillions and trillions of dollars, and they're very likely to continue to do so, which is going to devaluate the US dollar and also inflate assets such as Bitcoin and gold. So if GSX, if Apollo FinTech can deliver on the promise and just, if they can just run these mines competently and they just work and function, and slowly they start backing the coin with minerals, and we're in the middle of a bull run, the Americans are printing nonstop money, devaluing their currency, inflating assets such as Bitcoin and gold, and then this thing gets released, and then when maybe we get a Binance this thing, guys, I am cautiously optimistic with this one. Like, I do have my reservations with this. My biggest reservation being, I don't know how well Apollo FinTech is running these gold mines. Now, guys, this fell into my risk tolerances. I found it compelling enough for me to decide to invest in it. Now, only you can decide what's best for yourself. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but for me, this was compelling enough that I decided to invest in it. And so I'm actually very, very cautiously optimistic about this thing. They're currently selling it for 10 US cents a coin. And they claim that in 3 years there'll be enough assets backing the coin to have an asset valuation of $1 US per coin. So that would be a 10x in 3 years after release. But I think once this bull run is going, and also the trading price may be more or less than that, right? So, so guys, if we get released in 4 to 6 months roughly, and we get a Binance listing, middle of a Bitcoin bull run, Americans are printing nonstop money, gold is pumping, guys, I think something like GSX has a very good chance to be successful. Now, guys, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description where it says 5% sign up bonus. If you sign up and participate in this thing using my link, you do get a 5% sign up bonus. But please, guys, do your own research. Okay, I'm also gonna leave a link down to their white paper, their website, and all that good stuff. Do your own research. Please practice risk management, portfolio diversification, and all that good stuff. Okay, please do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, but I found this compelling enough that I decided to invest in it. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm actually, the more I think about this thing, the more I think it has a good shot of perhaps doing well. And then finally, also as well, a fairly new cryptocurrency that's in its token sale phase right now. I just found out about it recently, and I actually find it pretty compelling. It's a cryptocurrency called Bubble Network, made by one of our fellow YouTubers here, Crypto Lightsaber. And essentially what this thing is, it's a deflationary store of value. So let me explain this further and why I find it compelling is, so basically, guys, this thing has a supply of 100,000, but it built into it has this thing where for every transaction after release, 5% of that transaction will be burned. So that slowly over time, this 100 supply will dwindle to 30,000. So the supply will slowly dwindle over time, which incentivizes people to hold longer, not make as many transactions. And it's deflationary. It's a deflationary store of value. So over time, with a dwindling supply, its whole use purpose is to be a store of value. That would definitely help. A dwindling supply would definitely help that endeavor. The endeavor being a store of value. So I find this interesting and compelling. It's simple enough. It's a store of value that has a compelling case that will assist it in that endeavor of being a store of value. So you know what, guys, I find this compelling and interesting. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description to an article here where it explains how to participate in this thing. Okay, y'all. They're currently it's all through bounce.finance. And I believe you can only connect through MetaMask. They're going to be listed on Uniswap, and interestingly, they're going to be listed on Uniswap at a 2x. So as soon as this thing gets listed, it's a 2x. So I found this project very interesting, and here's some of the also things as well. Is 60% is allocated for the pre-sale, 20% is allocated for the initial Uniswap liquidity, 15% is allocated for development of the team, 5% is allocated for marketing rewards. Yeah, guys, that's basically just this thing. Okay, I like this idea, so I put it here in this list. These are 3 different cryptocurrencies that I think actually have a good chance of performing well in the near future here. Now, if you like what I do here on the channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, y'all. And I think those are all my thoughts for the moment. All right, y'all, take care.